Storytime with Dad Booker. Today we're going to continue on with Soleman. So let's get to the next chapter. Soleman and Flats were on the roof of the bank. Pedowski was hidden from sight near a payphone at the park's washroom across from the bank. He was trying to remember all the hand signals Soleman had trained him on. This way they could communicate silently and Pedowski could be ready to assist or call in the forces of the law. From high above, Soleman was looking out from one corner while Flats was watching the other. With only one street, Pedowski could be trusted to see anyone driving it. Soleman figured Paul would be coming on foot via a surreptitious route. Spotting a cyclist riding hard, he kept a watch on them. They were riding swiftly, though not dressed for sport. When he saw another and then another all converging on the bank, he was sure someone else was determined to purloin the payroll or at least to rob the bank. He momentarily took his eyes off the arriving criminals to check on the delivery of the payroll. The armored guard was already inside, handing over the bag to the bank. Returning to his corner, he coordinated with Flats. Another cyclist was heading in this direction. A gun on his hip was revealed by his flapping coat. With cyclists coming swiftly from the field to the left and the park to the right, it was going to be a larger job than the three could accomplish on their own. Flats signaled that Paul was approaching on foot from the main road. Perry signaled Pedowski to call in the police. It had already been accomplished. Pedowski's keen hearing had already picked up the speeding bikes and had quickly concluded that reinforcements were in order. Pedowski was ready to engage Paul as he passed, only to be stopped from a gesture from Flats. In order for the charges to be laid, he would have to be caught in the act. Paul was first to arrive and walked into the bank. The cyclists arrived less than a minute later. An angry shouting match began as to who was there with the right to rob the bank. Paul was not going to be done on what he considered his property, and the tow gang were not going to fail in their own task. Harry lashed out at Paul and yelled at his team to grab the bag. Paul dodged and weaved like a prize fighter and landed a blow that sent Harry staggering. The guard tried to intervene but was flung over the railing and hitting the desk lay stunned. As the noise increased in volume and heat, Soleman and Flats swung down and Pedowski came up at a run. Inside the bank, a grand melee was in progress as the two criminal elements battled it out for the payroll prize. Afraid that people inside might be in danger, Soleman and Flats entered the fray. Pedowski remained outside to lead in the forces of the law. Soleman and Flats were at the teller entrance door, preventing many from breaking through. With fists flying, they battled the forces of evil. Anytime a criminal came too close to a bystander, Soleman or Flats were there to prevent any harm coming to the innocent. As weapons were being drawn, Flats and Soleman dove in and relinquished them. Sirens in the distance drove the battling hordes to a frenzy. Once the police arrived, Pedowski led his team in. One by one, the criminals were apprehended and loaded into squad cars. The bicycles were loaded into a truck and impounded, and best of all, the police payroll was secure. The evening papers were full of the exploits of Soleman and Flats, who, with the capable assistance of Sergeant Pedowski, had apprehended a gang of thieves intent on robbing the bank. Soleman was given approbations for ferreting out who had carried out a bank robbery months before. He and Flats were also commended for being predominantly responsible for foiling the machinations of the master of evil, Big Toe, and his gang. In his office, Big Toe was coming to the realization that, though comical in his persona of Soleman, whoever was behind the mask was becoming a force to be reckoned with. He vowed that next time they met, only one would remain standing. So that's it. That's a short one. So we're going to stop there, and we'll do one romantic evening, well, sort of, for the next chapter. So that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you. Hope you'll be back for our next reading. Hope you're enjoying these and enjoying this book. We're almost nearing the end. The next book that we're going to be reading is my newest one from the Sheriff in a Small Town series. Book 2, A New Threat. So I look forward to reading that to you. And then as soon as that's done, I'll probably have another one out. So that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you again on our next reading. Be good and be good to yourself.